Hi, I'm Sammy, and I am part of the Harbor Covenant Senior Ministry called Trek. Trek Life's an Adventure. Join us. So today we're going to be launching a 3-part series, and we're calling it Trek, Share, Learn, Connect Talk Series. I've invited 3 people to share during the month of December, January, February, their passions. And what I'm hoping is that as they share their passions, we'll begin to learn some new things, some interesting things, and then maybe even during the holidays or as the new year begins, we'll have opportunities to connect with our friends and family in different ways, in new interests. And so beginning in January, let me tell you about January, February before I introduce what we're doing today for December. Larry Martin is going to share his passion, and his passion is mushroom foraging. So he will be telling us how to do that. It's a beginner's class on mushroom foraging. So we look forward to that. And in February, the Valentine month, Becky Durrant is going to talk to us about beautiful flower arrangements so that we'll be well equipped to think about our Valentines and know what we'd like to give in way of flowers for them. But today I've invited my husband Bill to join us, and he's going to do the topic Baking with Bill. He said, I'm not sure I'd call it my passion, but we're calling it a passion because he's been doing this for so many years every Christmas, and that is baking his mom's famous pecan pie. So without further ado, let me invite my husband Bill to tell us about our pecan pie making today.
So first I'd like to invite you into our house and into our kitchen. And I am going to be baking my mother's pecan pie. It's literally the only pie that I make. And I thought you'd be interested. This is my mother's recipe box. And when my mother passed away, my 2 sisters got all the jewelry and all the silverware, and I got her recipes. And so I've been ecstatic about that for all these years. So it's this box probably is close to 100 years old, I would guess. You know, so it's very emotionally important to me. So today we're going to do my mother's pecan pie, or you can make it a brown sugar pie. And since I only do it once a year, I still have to follow the recipes. So we're going to start out with the ingredients that you need to be able to make this pie. So you need 3 eggs, you need 1.5 cups of brown sugar, you need a little sprinkle of salt, you need 2 tablespoons of melted butter, 2 tablespoons of milk, a teaspoon of vanilla, and then we will start to put the pie together. So the first thing we want to do is break the eggs and beat the eggs a little bit. All right. And so far I have gotten no eggshells in the thing, so that's good. So then we want to beat the eggs a little bit. And you want to beat them pretty good. Okay, I think we're good there. There you go, Sam. And then we want to add our 1.5 cups of brown sugar. And I really try to bring in the brown sugar, and you want to make sure that there are no lumps in the brown sugar, because that's very possible and you don't want to have a lumpy pie. So the next thing we'll do is we'll add
half a cup.
And we'll do that.
Do you want to use this?
No, I'll do this one. So the next thing we add is a little sprinkle of salt. And thanks to Sammy for putting all this together for me, which makes it a lot easier. All right. Then we'll put in the butter. Thank you, honey, for doing that.
It's good.
We'll put the butter in. This is a really simple pie to make, so anyone like myself can make this pie. And if you're all in love with sugar, this is a phenomenal pie. So then we need a couple teaspoons of milk. Right. Tablespoons, sorry, tablespoons. All right, let me blend that in. Okay. And then we need 2 teaspoons or a teaspoon of vanilla.
1 teaspoon.
1 teaspoon of vanilla.
There you go.
All right, so. All right. Now I use the light brown sugar, but if you want to, you can use dark brown sugar. It really doesn't make any difference at all. You just want to make sure you get it blended, and you want to make sure you get all the lumps out of the sugar. Okay. So then the next thing we do is we go over to our pie crust, and my mother never taught me how to make a pie crust, so I always buy frozen pie crust. And we put some pecans in ahead of time. And the pecans that we use are from a company called Sugarland Farms. They're a Georgia company, and they make not only pecans, but they make a lot of other items. And we were introduced to Sunnyland Farms by Connie Martin, who's also a member of our church, and they're phenomenal, phenomenal pecans. So the next thing we do is we pour in the mixture.
Looks delicious, Bill.
Yeah, it looks great. It might turn out great. And then Sammy and I always add some extra pecans to it. So why don't you add the pecans to it, honey?
Okay. You know, while we're doing this, maybe in the chat, if you have a favorite recipe that your mom made, maybe you would type that in and let us hear from you. What might be a favorite pie or just a dessert recipe that your mom made during the holidays that's a favorite of yours? Yeah, mine was banana pudding. You can certainly tell Bill and I are from the South, but that was my favorite that she would make.
And then the next thing we do is we'll put it in the oven, 450 for about 10 minutes, and then 325 for 30 to 40 minutes, and you can just test it as you are making the pie. So we're on my holders, so I can open that drawer.
Well,
so I can pull this out.
Oh, you want to pull that out?
No, I just want the holders. So
okay.
I don't know where they went. Here you go, I'll use this. Ouch, oh, it's hot. The other easy thing to do is to put this on a baking tray, and it makes it much easier to put into the oven, and you don't end up burning your hands like I did. So.
Check it and see.
Alrighty.
Ooh, wow. Bill, I think that's the best pecan pie you've made.
All right, so thinking about the holiday season, maybe there's a favorite cake or a favorite pie that you enjoy making, And you can make that for your family or for a neighbor, possibly for someone who's in a nursing home or a long-term living facility or is living by themselves, that you can take a pie to and enjoy a little bit of brief time with them. Or maybe you can do a Zoom with your grandchildren and you can teach your grandchildren how to make your favorite dessert. So there's a lot of positive things that you can do during the holiday season, especially during this time with COVID, where we're all kind of shut up in our homes or limited in terms of the things that we can do, that we can reach out to our community and share with them something that makes us happy. And this definitely makes me happy. So I think the thing that's special to me about this pie, it was my mother's recipe. Honestly, my mother didn't like to cook. She cooked because there were 3 of us in the house and my dad worked these weird hours, and so she really had to cook. But this was one thing that she really enjoyed doing during the holiday season. So it's always been important to me. And the first time that Sammy and I ever fixed Thanksgiving dinner in our own home is when we moved to Baltimore, Maryland. And my mother and my dad came up, and Sammy's mother came up, and we baked a turkey and we fixed this pecan pie. We've done this every year since then, and it's been 50-some years of our 51 years of marriage that we fix these pies. We've given them to people that we really care a lot about. And so it just makes it special for us during the holiday season when all of our family is back on the East Coast, but we have our church family here in Gig Harbor that we can share these pies with many of those people. So I want to wish all of you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. So thanks for coming to the McCubbins house, and we look forward to seeing you very soon.
And thank you for doing this first launch of our Trek Talk. And Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you for joining us today.
Yes.